two players down in the lower left position. Spawning as the blue Terran player from Team Fnatic, Naama. And in the top right position, the red Protoss, also from Team Fnatic, Harstem. And of course, the important thing that everyone has to remember is hashtag Year of Harstem.
Year of Harstem.
Regardless of the result, everyone has got to tweet him that.
I would definitely hashtag that. For those of you who don't know, Harstem has been trolling for quite a lot of this year now, I want to say, about how 2013 is going to be hashtag Year of Harstem. So definitely make sure that you tweet at him with that hashtag as well. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Give him something to laugh about.
Yeah, will he like it if he doesn't win this show match though?
If he doesn't win this show match, I'm gonna like hashtag and tweet at him twice.
Just like double as much. The second time he'll certainly find it funny.
Yeah. But
yes, these two discussing how awesome that choke point storm was, and it was incredible indeed.
It was. I mean, I think actually they touched on a pretty important point, which is when you're all-inning, going into that one choke point is just very dangerous. Imagine, for example, if Naama had taken a medevac and went towards, say, the main base and tried to draw some of the army out so that he had enough time to get his army inside the third, as opposed to at the choke. At the choke was where the storms did so much damage. If he could spread his army out a bit more inside the third, maybe he would have had a better engagement. But just going into the third via the choke anyway was always going to be a death sentence with storms on the cards.
It is, and storms are very good, especially when combined with force fields. The best thing I've actually ever seen in a TVP was yesterday, where a player actually made a complete box of force fields around a Terran army and then just chain stormed in the center of it, all in about a second. I was just like, GG, you deserve a medal.
That sounds actually horrible. That's
incredible. Incredible, not horrible, incredible. Don't let your Terran bias come into this. It was beautiful to watch.
That does sound very, very painful indeed. But no, when you get good force fields and good storms out, it is just... There's a certain amount of beauty in knowing that your opponent can do absolutely nothing about it. You can have 600 APM and it wouldn't matter at this point. And of course, that's what these pros aim to do to each other on a daily basis. That's why they're employed full-time playing StarCraft 2. For now, though, we're on Cloud Kingdom, Warpgate research, and a reasonably early Mothership core coming out here from Harstem.
Yeah, on one base, probably going to be some aggression off of the gateways, just moving across to really poke and prod, see if he can get anything for free. But interestingly, not actually getting any more Zealots out yet. Just waiting.
Yeah, he's basically not making additional units at this time, really trying to conserve his middles for that very, very early natural expansion he has going down there, and he's taking his second gas as well. So, not making any additional units at this time, trying to macro up as quickly as humanly possible. And I wonder if this is because he knows that on this map, it's somewhere where Naama is really trying to secure his own natural expansion very early on, and he's not expecting any pressure.
It could be. It could be that he's just hoping that after Naama's nice little 2 racks didn't kill him last game, that he'll go back to macro, or at least Naama version of macro of a 2-base all-in that he had success with in game 1. We'll wait to see, but currently the scouting SCV on its way forward, going on a bit of a side pattern just to make sure that there's no cheese incoming for him, and well, he's just going to scout that the natural nexus is down quite early on and be very happy about it.
Yeah, very, very fast robotics facility about to complete for Harstem as well. So he's looking to tech up ridiculously fast, continuing to chrono boost probe, so not something where he's planning on doing a timing very, very quickly indeed. Going to be going up to his second and third gateways as well. So this is basically an eco version of a 3-gate robotics facility expand. You can do those in kind of any order you want, but really fewer units out at the start of the game when you go for that early nexus, and we saw a couple of units being skipped there as well.
And skipping those units, cutting those corners is what you have to do in order to get an advantage at this level of play. The problem, though, is every time you skip something or cut a corner, there's the possibility your opponent is going to try and exploit that, either blindly, through chance, or through planned skill. And that's something that both these two have to be careful about.
An engineering bay, and then immediately an armory coming out from Naama here. Very interesting choice. Nothing is being researched in this engineering bay so far. So it feels like this is a very, very specific constructed build. Are we going to see an upgrade from the Armory to coincide with a bio upgrade? I wonder.
I wonder too. The Observer coming over though, Harstem about to see all, and that is what it really has been the staple of this show match so far, is he wants to make sure that he knows precisely what Naama is doing, and it is going to be +1 vehicle weapons.
Yeah, he's going to be going into Hellbat production immediately off of that Armory as soon as he solves the problem of being absolutely supply blocked to high heaven on 46. So we now know that the Armory was exclusively so that we can get a reactor factory worth of Hellbats coming straight in. Oh, very nice there on the scan, able to stop the Observer going in. I think he hasn't seen anything inside the main base. He doesn't know that the starport is there. He doesn't know that double Hellbats are now being produced. Nothing is being made out of this engineering bay. And, ooh, 3 more factories going down. So, you know what I think's happening, Metals? Hellbat might be a pretty good unit.
Hellbat is, of course, a good unit. The only thing that Harstem has seen is the 2 gas of the natural, which isn't a huge giveaway. It could just be mind games after all, but now we've got it. The double Hellbat drop on its way in, and this could potentially do some nice damage. And this is the first game where we don't actually see Harstem covering every drop option with a ton of observers. So this is going to catch him by surprise.
He's trying to do that right now, though. We see an observer at around the 3rd base location. Look at that, moving it towards a 12 o'clock position on the map. He smells a rat, and he actually has a decent number of units over here at the natural as well, even putting an extra pylon behind the mineral line. He's got 4 zealots and a stalker here. Yes, okay. If it was a double medevac drop full of Hellbats, that could actually be very difficult to deal with. At this moment in time, though, he's got money, absolute money there. Yes, Naama sees that the observer is there, but it got into the main base just long enough to see all the factories.
Now, the other thing is we've got another drop coming in at the top of the map. So this is going to be a multi-pronged drop, a boost being utilized quite early on at the lower drop. And, well, this is going to be in the natural. It's going to be in the main at the same time. Photon cannons are trying to desperately come down in both middle lines, but they're not going to be done in time before these hit.
And here we go. 2 Hellbats in the main. The probes getting pulled here. None of them dying at the moment, although we're getting a decent number of hits. And we have 2 more in the natural now as well. A photocannon there. Oh no, confusing the aggro of those Hellbats. They're not really doing any damage at all. 5 workers in total being killed there, but the AI on them getting very, very confused indeed. And the photon overcharge getting a lot of those medevacs down on hit points as well. This is not the kind of damage Naama wanted to do. Only 5 workers killed there.
Yeah, that was a lot less than obviously Naama wanted to achieve there. And it's a bit unfortunate that the AI did kind of bug out. That great little feedback on the medevac with the Hellbats in it. So this has now been completely nullified by Harstem, playing exceptionally well at the moment.
Yeah, I'm afraid that would be a pretty good textbook example on how to deal with your opponent going Hellbat drops in the near future. Harstem handled that pretty well indeed. Was caught off guard maybe for a second at the natural expansion there. Lost a couple of workers to those additional 2 Hellbats. But really, it was, considering the damage I could have done, no big deal at all. Now we have 4 Hellions moving out across the field. He can swap them into Hellbat mode, so that upgrade is there. But at the moment, he just can't find a way in.
He can't, and he's just, all he can do really in this situation is keep trying to poke, keep trying to keep his opponent back. But Harstem, with that 3rd base already done, putting himself very nicely economically ahead, 64 probes to 51 SCVs. The 3rd command center not even started yet for Naama, and guess what? He's moving out with SCVs.
Choo-choo! Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Naama does not fail to disappoint. SCVs, of course. Oh, wow. They were Warhounds on April Fool's Day. Imagine if they were Warhounds today. Pulling, I would say, a decent number at the moment. Let's take a look at how many he has in his natural. Oh, wow. Okay. To be fair, he still has a lot of SCVs in his natural. He's got 17 in the natural and an additional 16 in the main. So he'll be down to 33 if this gets held off. A lot of SCVs. The SCVs are actually in at the back here, not really taking any damage at the moment. And here come the Hellbats and the tags into the 3rd base location.
Now, how quickly does a Hellbat kill a Nexus? The answer, pretty quickly, unless, of course, it's got a Photon overcharge and is killing the Hellbat straight back. The Zealots trying their best to charge in, but getting demolished at the moment by those Hellbats. And we see as well the tanks dealing some nice damage. The single Immortal taking a lot of fire and just decides, hey guys, I am not in for this. And GG is thrown down. A lovely little timing push out of Naama. And boy, was